That sounds different. Good evening. Welcome to the City Council meeting of the City of Lenoir for Tuesday, October the 7th, 2025. We welcome you here this evening. Thank you for coming out with us. We hope that after this you will move downtown and come to the police night out. Chief's here, and we're going to go up there when we finish here tonight. So I hope you'll come up and enjoy that and see all the good things and have some good food, some music, and good things. So anyway, in a few minutes we'll have our moment of silence and we'll remain standing for our pledge. Going into that, we do have a number of special people to talk about that have passed away, and we're so sorry about that. But I've got several I'd like to mention to you to keep your thoughts and prayers to their family. Of course, Mr. John Bell, a longtime resident here and other areas, Bowling Rock and some others, the Fairfield Chair Company and Bell Oil Company and others that the Bell family held here for so many years. And wonderful man, John, passed away about a week ago, and please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers, if you will. He was also on the county. He was a county commissioner here in town as well. Also, we would think about Merlin Perry. Merlin, former council member, passed away this past week, and we will miss Merlin. Merlin was a fine man. The Greenway guy, as Merlin was known by, was named a section of the Greenway for him. Merlin served as the Caldwell County as the assistant manager and then the manager until 1997 with Caldwell County. Served on our city council for 8 years, and Merlin was a wonderful person. Please keep Judy and their family in your thoughts and prayers as well. Also, one of our longtime residents of Lenoir, Leatrice Pearson, passed away. Leatrice was 95 years old, and I tell you what, she was quite a lady. She was one of my favorite people. She called me constantly. She even told me I was one of her sons, and I actually believed it. I like I was. But we had a great time together, and we discussed a lot of things. She was also one of the first African-American high school English teacher in Caldwell County, and that's really something very special. She was just a delight to talk with. Now, she did call me sometimes and would fuss a little bit about stuff, but most of the time she was always such a delight to talk with. And she will be missed. Also, we want to think about the family of Sarah Sponenberg, Jim Sponenberg, of course, her husband. Sarah was a teacher here in Caldwell County for a number of years, and Jim, of course, with the banks and things that he did, they were well known in our county and in the city of Lenoir. And she volunteered with the volunteer group so much and was well loved by that group, and she will be sorely missed. Sarah was just a wonderful person and a delight. And our last one on the list, Norman Srantz. Norman was a past manager of Caldwell County and served in a number of other things around the North Carolina and different things, but lived in Granite Falls after retirement, and he passed away also this past Saturday. So please keep the Srantz family in your thoughts and prayers. So number to pray for that we're part of that have passed away in their family. Please keep also Mr. Sam Sturgis in your prayers complete. Sam is now in rehab and trying to get better and everything. He's what?
I would say it different way. Rehab.
What kind of
rehab?
Oh,
I think I clarified that.
He's at what is it? The Share Center?
Share Center.
Yeah, he's at the Share Center. Recovery. Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you these
Get
things.
that out on the street on what's going on in Caldwell County.
No, Sam's one of our own, and you know that, and we love Sam, and please keep him in your thoughts and prayers as well on that. And also, this past weekend, we celebrated the 65th birthday and the 40th year of Reverend Terry Hunt. And please keep Terry in your thoughts and prayers as well, and his family. Terry is doing a wonderful job. One of our chaplains of the police department, of course, has been for years and years and years. And we're proud of Terry and what he has meant to this community. So also keep those families as well in your thoughts. So if you will, please now join me as we go to our time of silence and our pledge. Thank you. Please salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We now have a special recognition from the City Council, and we will present a proclamation to the Daughters of the American Revolution, and for the National Day of Service for that. I'm going to ask Cindy Day if she'll come and join me at the podium. Cindy is one of the officers of our local DAR chapter, which is the, what is it called? Tucker's Barn. Thank you, Tucker's Barn Group. But Cindy, we appreciate all that the Daughters of the American Revolution do. Right now, of course, we're in the middle of 250th celebration of our country. We'll be telling that about why it's up on High Brighton and all that. I've been explaining that to a number of people while we have that up there, but it, of course, the celebration. But today we're coming to celebrate National DAR Day of Service, whereas October the 11th, 2025 marks the 135th anniversary of the founding of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, to honor the memory and the spirit of the men and women who achieved America's independence. And whereas nearly 1.75 million members have since fulfilled this vibrant service organization's mission to promote historic preservation, education, and patriotism. And whereas DAR members have recorded in excess of 38 million volunteer service hours since the NSDAR implemented its outlined Service to America program in 2013. And whereas the Tucker's Barn chapter of the DAR was founded in Lenoir, North Carolina in September of 2019 to complete this important service work on the local level. And whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this vital organization and its memorable anniversary for their goodwill and dedication in serving Lenoir and other communities within Caldwell County. Now, therefore, I, as mayor of the city of Lenoir, do hereby declare October the 11th, 2025 as National DAR Day of Service in the city of Lenoir, North Carolina, and I ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals of our nation's founders and to honor and respect the freedoms guaranteed to us through the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution. This, the 7th day of October, 2025. Thank you. It's always good to see you. We'll present this. I'll let you say what if you'd like to say anything, and then we'll take a picture.
Okay, thank you. So what's on High Rock Mountain?
250.
Why?
How old we will be?
Why?
Years will be.
250
next year.
years. So big anniversary. Some of us won't see 300, but we got to celebrate it big and celebrate it hard and recognize our ancestors who were the first veterans and our patriots and what they did, because we stand on their shoulders and the generations that come after us are standing on our shoulders. So I just appreciate Mayor Gibbons and the City Council being supportive of what we do. And if we, the chapter, can help any of you in any way, please let us know, because we are about community service and education. So thank you.
Thank you.
We'll get a picture? Yeah. You want them to come down? Yes, always. Yeah, come on down.
Come on down.
Well, she wants me to feel superior, and I do feel superior. Thank you, I appreciate that. Valued.
Okay, everybody ready? All right. Now, everybody put your hands down. All right. Smile, 1, 2, 3. Let me do a couple without a fight. You ready?
Brilliant.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, without a flash.
Okay. Thank you. Very well. Oh, God.
Just happen to read the name tag.
Thank you, Cindy. It's always a pleasure to see you. Okay, and we'll move on then to, tonight we have a matter scheduled for public hearing. This is a zoning ordinance amendment, ZOA 1-25. We'll hold it to consider a proposed zoning ordinance amendment regarding B7 highway business. The Lenoir planning staff found a conflict in the types of multifamily allowed in the B7 highway business zoning district. This ordinance amendment clarifies that mid/high density is permitted in B7 by listing it on the permitted use chart. Staff recommends adoption of the zoning ordinance amendment based on the following consistency statement. The proposed zoning ordinance amendment is consistent with the Lenoir Comprehensive Plan because it results in sensible and straightforward zoning standards that are easy to understand. This text amendment aligns the permitted use chart with the zoning district regulations chart with regards to the B7 zoning district and increases residential opportunity. The proposed amendment is reasonable and in the public interest because it allows for increasing residential density along highway corridors in Lenoir. All right, that being said, I will open the public hearing and I will bring our planning director, Hannah Williams, up for clarification.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Gibbons. This is a small change to the B7 district. It's initiated by city planning staff. We're just looking to clarify multifamily densities in this zoning district. B7 is a highway business district, and it's not used widely in Lenoir. The only area where it is on the zoning map is just south of the Civic Center and north of Victoria Court. We may look to expand B7 in the future, but we just don't have any recommendations for that right now. But on the permitted use chart, multifamily is allowed in B7, but only list low-density multifamily. But on the density chart, B7 shows a low-density number and a high-density number, 7.2 dwelling units per acre and 20 dwelling units per acre. And 20 dwelling units per acre is the same as what's allowed in B2 general business district. So this ordinance just clarifies that high-density multifamily is allowed in B7 by aligning it on the permitted use chart. So
Okay.
I'm available for any questions that you might have for me.
Any questions?
Oh, right, and Planning Board heard this in, at their August meeting and recommended approval of this zoning ordinance.
Thank you. Any questions of Hannah concerning this? Thank you. All right, we are in the public hearing. If there's anyone who would like to address the council concerning this zoning ordinance amendment, please come forward and do so now. Give us your name, address, or whatever. Okay, seeing no one, I will close the public hearing. I will turn it over to council for any action, discussion, or whatever you'd like. And a motion when you're
This
ready.
recommendation was approved by a committee. I make the motion that we approve this as presented.
Okay, motion from Councilmember Rogers that we approve the zoning ordinance amendment ZOA 1-25 as presented from staff and planning board. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. That is 5-0 tonight. We have 2 members that are not here. Thank you for that. All right, then we'll move on the agenda to the consent agenda items tonight, consisting of minutes of the city council meeting of Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Item B are the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting of Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. Item C is the 2026 City Council meeting schedule. This would be for the approval of the 2026 City Council meeting schedule as submitted. And item D is the proclamation that we presented tonight to the National DAR for Day of Service for October 11th. That's your 4 items for the consent agenda items. I open it up for any discussion and/or motion from the council.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve consent agenda items A through D as presented.
Thank you. Councilmember Thomas makes a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through D as presented. No other discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Next will be report or requests and petitions of any citizens. If there's anyone here that would like to address the council, this is the time to do so. Well, anyone that would like to? All right, seeing no one, we will move on then. We do not have any reports of our boards and commissions this evening, so we'll move on to the report and recommendations of the city manager, Mr. Hildebrand.
Mayor, council, tonight we have a couple items for information. The first is, the mayor mentioned earlier, tonight is National Night Out for the Police Department, and it's going to be held downtown right after the meeting, and it'll last to 9 p.m., so I hope everybody attends that after this meeting concludes. The Lenoir Tourism Development Authority will meet on Thursday, October 9th, 2 o'clock, 3rd floor, City Hall. That'll be a workshop meeting that should last about 2 hours. The Lenoir Business Advisory Board will not meet on October 9th, but instead meet on October 30th from 5 to 7, and that's a training session as well, and that's 3rd floor, City Hall. The City County Service Committee will meet on Monday, October 13th at noon at J. Hebrew Hill Civic Center. The Economic Development Advisory Committee will meet on Tuesday, October 14th at 8:15 a.m., and that's at the J. Hebrew Hill Civic Center. The ABC Board will meet on Thursday, October 16th at 2 o'clock. Also announced early voting will be held at the Caldwell Resource Center, the former library. That begins on Thursday, October 16th, continues on Friday, October 17th, and then Monday, October 20th through the 24th, and the next week, the 27th through the 31st. Each weekday will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, one Saturday, early voting will be on Saturday, November 1st from 8 a.m. to 3 o'clock. Election Day, of course, is on Tuesday, November 4th. The day's October. Also, the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board will meet on Monday, October 20th at 6 o'clock, and that's going to be at Mulberry Recreation Center. Tonight, we only have one item for council action. That's brownfield cleanup alternatives analysis for 1429 College Avenue, and we're going to ask for your approval to submit the analysis for the brownfield cleanup alternatives for that property and authorize submission of a grant to the EPA. And tonight, I've got Radford Thomas, our Special Projects Coordinator, and also Greg Eisenhower with Mid-Atlantic here to discuss that project with you and give you an update. So, whichever wants to go first.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna let him do the update. I just want to mention, we still have funds available in our current assessment grant, brownfield assessment grant. It's not a lot of funds. If you know of someone who may have a property that could qualify for a phase 1 assessment, and in speaking to the public, our realtors, business owners, if you feel like there's something that we can do through an assessment grant on a piece of property that you may have, we'd love to take an opportunity to look at it and see if we can provide some assistance to you. Might help move a project along or get a tenant in there that may have some apprehensions about what's going on. We continue to work on our current grant, but we're also looking at applying for 2 additional grants in this upcoming cycle. One of them would be another assessment grant. We've had a lot of success with those, and we hope we can continue that. The other one is a cleanup grant for the property that we're talking about this evening on Virginia Street. We have before you this cleanup alternatives analysis that Greg has prepared for you on that site. So I'm going to step aside and let him talk to that a little bit for you. And what we'd like at the end of this is answer questions if you have them, but also look for approval of this plan, but also approval for us to move forward with these 2 grant applications that we have underway right now. And submit them to EPA at whatever that appropriate time may be right now.
Mayor Gibbons, council, thank you for having me. It's good to be back home. One of the things that we've been doing is, as we've worked through the grant, is to really focus on the Brawl Hill property and have gone through and provided a tremendous amount of assessment. We have a brownfield agreement that is in works with DEQ, and I'm hopeful that we'll have it by year end, because all the work that they've requested to be done is to be done. As part of this process, the city expended substantial amount of resources to deal with the debris, remove and dispose of that debris. And we've been able, I think, to remove approximately half or maybe a little bit more than half of the debris that was left from the former tenant. We became aware recently that another municipality successfully petitioned DEQ for a solid waste grant, or not a solid waste grant, but a solid waste permit that would allow them to leave materials on a brownfield site. And so as we proceeded looking at what our cleanup alternatives were, that became attractive because, number one, it avoids the expense of removing that material and physically depositing it in a landfill. So, and along those lines, there's some cost involved. Obviously, if you've got to move that material and leave it on site and cap it, there's some expense involved, and we thought it was appropriate for the city to pursue an EPA cleanup grant. As part of that process, they require you to do what is called an assessment of brownfield cleanup alternatives. They call it ABCA. And it just requires you to look at your universe of options for the material you want to address and then select the most appropriate, most cost-effective option. That is a requirement before you can actually apply for a cleanup grant. That process, in addition to the ABCA, which we provided, you have to make it publicly available. We have to advertise it, give the public an opportunity to opine if they've got questions. And once that is completed, that opens the door to be able to apply for a cleanup grant, which we plan to do this cycle. And as Radford said, along with an additional assessment grant, you can apply for you can apply for more than one grant if they're different grants. So that opens the door for us to get the Brawl Hill site finally completed and in a marketable condition to be successfully redeveloped and do it at a much less expense than that the city would have incurred if we had to physically remove and dispose of that material. So it's a new approach, and but it makes a lot of sense for this site, and we would certainly, as our analysis indicated, that was definitely the most attractive and cost-effective option. So that's what we put before you, and that's what we've asked you to take a look at. We don't know relative to the timing of the grant solicitation, especially now with the government shutdown, that is going to be delayed. They typically have those solicitations out by now, and they're generally due sometime 60 days thereafter. So those announcements haven't been made yet, but we're in a good position to pursue both of those grants if and when those announcements and solicitations are open.
Thank you. Any questions of Greg or Radford, either one? Be great to see that property cleaned up and back maybe to something used.
Absolutely. It's been a long road, but we're getting close.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up and being with us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
You know, you're always welcome to Caldwell County. Oh, yes. Home. All right. You heard the recommendations from the gentleman and from the staff. This would be for a brownfield cleanup analysis. This would be for brownfield cleanup alternatives for that site and Environmental Protection Agency brownfield cleanup grant application. I believe that's correct? So I'll entertain a motion or any other comments, but a motion whenever you're ready to, if you agree with this.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes. Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to accept item B1 under council action regarding both of these.
Okay,
the alternative analysis and the cleanup grant.
okay, thank you. You heard the motion from Mayor Pro Tem Stevens for the brownfield cleanup alternatives and for the EPA cleanup grant as presented. No other discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Proceed. All right. Anything else from Mr. Manager? Okay. All right, we'll move on. Any recommendations from our city attorney, Mr. Rohr?
No, sir.
Okay. No Cubs report? Not going well at the moment, but.
I don't know which season it is, but it's not baseball season anymore, and it's not football season either.
It's a tough time right now.
Yeah, it is.
All right. I think we covered everything from the mayor's office that we were going to talk about with all this. Please do keep all these families and people, friends and those in your thoughts and prayers as we continue to move forward with a lot of things happening right now. Any reports from any of our council members concerning anything going on? Okay, nothing to come else before us. Staff, anything from y'all, anywhere, needs to be said? Okay, if not, we stand adjourned. Thank you for being with us.
Okay, Ike.